So I kind of wanted to get the bad things out of the way first. Since this isn't really a review, it's kind of me ranting, me somewhat demoing the mixer. So yeah, we'll just move forward. The first thing is that the line faders are not mag belt faders. They're actually just regular Pioneer faders. I'm not sure about their durability, only time will tell, but that's the first thing. The other thing is that there's no send effects for the sampler or the aux. So basically, all your samples that you're playing, you can't put effects on them. You can't put reverbs, echoes on them. So they have to be basically dry. A feature that I really like on the mixer that Pioneer did is that there's actually a Midi loop function where basically a Midi note can be sent to a cue point or a sample at any note derivative, any tempo, and it's affected or it's triggered by the paddles. So because you can run the pads independently, you can also do some pitch play on the right deck and have your samples on the left. Arguably the best feature on this mixer is the ability to mix and match pad modes on the same set of pads. So basically here I have hot cues on a track. So that's an actual track I have in Serato just with cue points. Now if I press hot cue and another button, say sampler, now I have the samples on the bottom and the hot cues on the top. Combine that with the MIDI loop, and now I can do basically this kind of stuff. Alright guys, I'm going to show you now how the scratch bank works in as quickly a manner as possible. So here I have two copies of the same record. Okay, so pretty standard stuff. Basically what I'm going to do is press the sampler button 3 times because that's how I mapped it. And now basically the samples are ready to go. So I'll go over to bank B where I have just a scratch beat. I go out, pressing the blue button, that's where the scratch beat is located. Now I'll go back to bank 1, or excuse me, first I have to go to the scratch bank on this deck. And now I'll go to scratch bank 1. And on the left I have all my samples already routed in Serato, and they're instantly loaded. It's yours. Come on. It's yours. So say I did enough of that. If I want to go back to what was previously on this deck, I basically do shift and then I press any button on the bank and it'll automatically load the previous song that was already playing, or I can just load something else at that point. But really cool feature. Honestly, Pioneer really killed it on that shit. And there's also a USB hub in the back that's powered and can run phase or a hard drive if you've got them. Oh yeah, and there's one more thing I wanted to add. It has Bluetooth.